Hey there, welcome back, buddy. In this video, we will be learning what is person account and why do we even need person account in Salesforce and how to enable them and what are the underscore PC fields that are created on the account once after enabling the person account and how to convert the lead into person account and all. We will be covering up in this video itself. Let's get started. So basically in Salesforce, we are having two different types of account. One is business account and the other is person account. So usually in our instances, we will be seeing the business account only. Like account here represents an organization and in the related we will be creating contacts, right? And those contacts will be representing the employees or the users working under the particular organization. Whereas person account indicates an individual user, which is nothing but the combination of account and contact. Now, you might be thinking, Kirva, you just now said contact represents an individual. If that being the case, why should I even create the person account? I can directly create the contact without tagging any specific account to it, right? And that's the same question I got in my mind. But when I'm doing some R&D, I got multiple answers to it, but many of them didn't make sense to me. I'm just sharing you the some of the reasons which actually made sense to me, okay? So basically, Salesforce already provides many standard functionalities that rely on the account contact relationship. For example, if you're taking lead conversion, both account and contact are mandated over there, right? That's one of the example. And also in many industry clouds, for example, in education cloud, we use person account to store the student details instead of using the contact object. And also the data model was designed to adapt the person account. Okay. So person account helps align with Salesforce standard architecture while efficiently handling individual customers. Now first let's see how to enable the person account in your instance. For that, search for person account in the quick find and select this option person accounts. And right here, the first criteria is to create one record type for the business account. Salesforce was like, so now we are going to create the person account. So in order to differentiate the person account from the business account, first go and create one record type for the business account in account level. So first we have to complete that prerequisite. So for that, let me navigate to the account and I'm going to create one record type. So let the record type name be business account itself for the simplicity. And I am clicking on next. I'm selecting one of the page layout, okay, and I'm saving it. So now that we have successfully created one record type for the business account, let's go back over here. Let me click on setup, which we already did. And we should be knowing the org impacts when you're enabling the person account. So let's spend some time over here, which is very crucial. The first point over here is that person account count against both account and contact storage, because what happens at the backend is that when you're creating the person account and one contact record will be created. For let's say if you're creating one account record, 1 KB is consumed for an example, whereas when you're creating the person account, 2 KB will be consumed. So I'm just telling it for an example, okay? And the second pointer is that person account can't be included in account hierarchies, contact hierarchies and all, okay? And the third pointer is that creating or editing a person account triggers account workflow rules as well. Okay. Let's say you're having some trigger and flow triggers on the account level. Whenever you're creating or updating the person account, those workflow rules in the account will also get fired. And the last point is that contact fields from the person accounts will continue to be exposed on the contact list view and reports even if your org stops using the person account. So here what they're saying is that when you're enabling the person account, right, whatever the fields that you're creating in the contact level will also be reflected in the account level, which we'll be seeing later in this video. But even though you stopped using the person account, those contact fields which are reflecting in the account will continue to be exposed on the account list view as well as the reports. So we have to understand all of these consequences of enabling the person account. Then only we have to enable the person account. Okay. So now let me enable it. And here the enable person account now would have been enabled. Now click on this button to enable the person account. Okay. Now that we have successfully enabled the person account, we have to give permission for this particular record type for our users. So currently my profile is system admin. So let me navigate to my profile. Here under the account object, You can see one another record type was created, which is person account. We have to make it as available. So let me click on edit, and I'm making it as available for my profile. I'm saving it. Awesome. Now we have enabled the person account successfully. Also, we gave access to our profile for the person account successfully. Now let's create one person account and see how it is getting varied from the business account. So let me create one new account, and here I'm getting an option to select the record type. Now we are going to create the person account, and here you can see the interface is slightly mimicking the contact UI. So before, for the business account there won't be salutation and all, right? But here you'll be seeing both the account fields as well as the contact fields. I'll be showing that in the object manager. For now, let me create one person account, for example Kiruba, and I'm saving it. And in the related, you can notice that there is no place for me to add the related contacts, because this person account is a combination of account and contact itself, right? So this only denotes a specific individual, and that's the reason you will not be seeing an option to add the related contact to the person account. Okay, now let me go to the object manager of this particular person account, and here you can see a separate object was created for the person account. And also, if you want to modify the page layout and all, you can do so. But here you can see there is no option for me to create new field under the person account. That is because what I said before, person account is a combination of account and contact, right? So whatever the field that you're creating in account or contact will be reflected over there in the person account level. So if I'm navigating to the account, let me show you that. Under the fields and relationship, you'll be seeing some of the field with API name underscore underscore PC. What does that mean? PC stands for person contact. Okay. So let's say you're creating some of the custom field in the contact level. In the account level, it will be reflecting as underscore underscore PC. If you want, I can also demonstrate by creating one custom field in the contact level. But remember, it won't be consuming the object limit. For example, currently the object limit is, here you can see 16 fields was created in the account level. Now quickly let me create one custom field in the contact level and test how it is getting reflected in the account level. Let's say the field name be field from contact, just for demonstration purpose, and I'm saving it. Now let me go back to the accounts object manager and let me refresh the page. And still you can see the custom field which is consumed in account level is 16 only. But if I'm going to fields and relationship, so the field which we created is field from contact, right? And here you can see underscore underscore PC was appended to this particular field, which meant that it is person account. So this field can be referred in the person account level. So let me edit the person account page layout. And if I'm searching for contact, yep, it was already added to the page layout. Awesome. Now this is fine for the custom field which you're creating in the contact level. So for the standard fields, right, in the account level, let's say I'm searching for phone, you can see some of the field which are starting with person, which is nothing but it is representing the standard field which is there in the contact level. For example, if I'm searching for phone in contact, you are seeing these many fields, right? And these fields were mimicked in the account level. For example, person assistant phone, person home phone, so and so. So this is how the standard field and the custom field which is there in the contact level will be reflected in the account level once after enabling the person account. Okay. So actually in the person account, there is one hidden field which is person contact ID. So let me just show you that. So this is an Salesforce Inspector Reloaded extension, and there is an option to see the list of fields under this particular object, which is show all data. So let me just open that in a new tab. And if I'm searching for person contact ID, so here you can see there is a hidden field in the person account, which is person contact ID. So as we already know, whenever we are creating the person account, what happens at the back end? One account and contact will be created, right? And that respective contact ID will be stored in the person account for Salesforce reference. Now let's say I'm trying to edit this. I can't do so because this is read only field. But if I'm trying to open this up in a new tab, for example, I'm trying to open this up in a new tab, Here it will automatically redirect it to its respective person account. Okay, so this is how this particular person contact ID works. So I just thought of sharing you regarding this person contact ID field so that it might be helpful for you in the development perspective and all. Now finally let's see how to convert the lead into person account, and let's wind up the video. Now let's say I'm trying to convert this lead. Here you can see I'm not getting an option to select the person account at all, right? Now let me close this. So basically how Salesforce will be determining whether to convert it as a person account or business account is that based on this company field. So if there is no value provided in this company field, it will be converting as a person account. If there is value provided in the company field, it will be converting as a business account. Now here the problem is that the company field is required in the page layout level. Okay, it's not universally required. It is required in the page layout level. So the first thing that we have to do is that we have to navigate to the page layout and we have to make that as not required, and I'm saving it. Okay. Now let me go back to the lead record and I'm hard refreshing it once. Now let me try to edit the company field. Here it is not required anymore. So let me remove the company and I'm saving it. Now if I'm trying to convert this lead, here you can see by default the person account record type was selected. And if I'm converting, okay, we're getting some error. So when I was searching why we are getting this error, so I got this article where it states that either the record owner or the user converting the record lack access to the appropriate record type. So here the record owner is sales rep admin specialist whose profile is internal users. So you remember we just gave access to the system admin, right? Now let me give access to this particular profile as well. So this is one new learning. So the user who is converting the lead or the owner of the lead should be having access to the person account in order to convert it as a person account. So let me save it. Going back to the lead. And now let me try to convert this lead into person account. Let me convert it. Awesome. Here you can see lead has been converted into person account and one related opportunity was also created for this person account. Awesome. And I hope now you would have got a clear understanding of all the pointers that is listed over in the agenda. And you can also enable the person account in your instance, create them, try converting the lead into person account and all. If you're facing any difficulty, leave it out in the comment. Let's learn together. And yes, that's it for this video. See you next video. Thank you. Bye bye.